Yeah, I'll try like looking at what Cowbot is doing as well, because he's like sitting like on a gunning seat as well, and try to like get my bearings back.
Mm-hmm. Cool. How about you?
I don't know how long it's been since I started treating Captain Porter.
Yeah, it's probably been like a minute or so.
Because I believe it would take 10 minutes to do a full treatment of him.
Yeah.
So I'd be continuing the treatment.
Very good. Okay. All right. So yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a medicine check.
That's a 10.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you're turning to him. You can tell his face got just
Dingard up real
almost,
bad.
What's that supposed to be?
Yeah. Looks almost like someone took a hammer to it or something, or like a maul or something, and just bludgeoned the shit out of his face. Yeah. So that went down. Okay. And you guys are all working. You're not in the bridge. You're in the like ready room on the side.
Yeah.
But the door is open, so you're like close enough. You can like talk to the guys that are on the bridge and things. You're right there.
And I believe I have access through my tech tool to the systems on the bridge.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you
Okay.
needed to. So.
Understood.
Yeah.
Do I know which ship has locked onto us, or is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're nestling down in your gunner's chair there, and you can see that. Yeah. Basically, there was a pair of ships that came, and you were docked with one of them, and the other one was just sort of hovering nearby. So it's kind of to the upper right of your ship.
Should I start firing?
We don't have shields up yet.
Lock onto them just in case.
Boop.
And Vince is Percy is kind of looking at the consoles here, and he says, "Looks like they've locked on to us already, but they're not firing at us yet."
I will lock on to them.
Just lock on back. It's stalemate as long as we can to get all these systems up and running.
All right.
Watch out for any missiles. Maybe we can shoot them out of the sky if possible.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Can I try to get the shields back on?
Yeah. Go for it. Operating.
Would I know how many guns there are? Like what weapons we have on this ship?
Yeah, I'd say between the two of you, you guys take a look and are able to figure it out.
17.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you finish getting the plot, the course starting to plot itself, and yeah, then you activate the shields. Shields are up now.
Fantastic.
So you guys are taking a look. You can see that there are a couple of like moderately powered tractor beams. There's looks like there's one primary one, but also a couple smaller ones. And the way they're positioned means that they're probably used for like maneuvering cargo up into the ship, things like that. You also notice that they have a sort of anti-shield weaponry on the front, which is meant for disabling shields temporarily. Basically, it shoots out an EMP if you're able to hit, and then it knocks their shields down a bit. There are also two big chain guns on either side, and there is a missile launcher as well as a defense system for missiles.
Okay.
So, yeah.
A defense system would be if we were being fired by missiles, then it would like blow them out of
Point
the sky.
defense then, sort of thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Do we have any like electronic countermeasure type stuff that I could have access to? Any sort of like scrambling or
Yeah.
anything like that?
So go ahead and do a computers check.
That's a 23.
Nice. Okay. So, yeah, you look around and you don't see any e-warfare suite or anything like that on here to like to attack or another system. However, you do see that there are some like passive defenses that have been set up. So it seems like you're not very good at committing e-warfare, but you're pretty good at defending against it as well. So, yeah.
Are those engaged right now?
Yes, that's that's sort of just a passive system that they have already installed.
Excellent.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
And I assume the ship that was docked to us has gotten outside of range of tractors, the tractor beams.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that ship, the one that had the power armor guy clinging on the side of it, peeled off to the side, and so there's basically one of these ships on either side of you now.
Gotcha.
And you see a few ships approaching from the moon of Sarthoon right now as well.
Can I check out their ID tags or anything like that?
Sure. So you check them out, and looks like similar tags to the ones on either side of you right now. 3 of them.
We need to leave. We got another 3 ships coming from the moon over there.
Let's book it, kid.
All right. And Percy is bringing the vessel around now. You guys see an alert that the other ship has locked weapons on now.
Mm-hmm.
Still have not fired onto your ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to lock on to the other ship,
Okay.
if that's possible.
Yeah. So the missile system that you guys have, that one locks on. The 2 chain guns that you guys have are just you guys aim those manually.
Is the EMP thing, would that specifically only get their shields, or could that cause electrical failures for their entire ship?
It is basically, it launches sort of a canister that then erupts and into like a localized electromagnetic pulse.
Okay.
So like potentially yes, if you could potentially land that, but while they have shields up, that wouldn't work.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Just ask him to disable the shields first.
Could you turn your shields off just for a second?
I just want to try something.
Be real handy.
Do we also know what weapons on the ship are effective against what like defenses of the enemy ship? Like, would the missiles be more effective against shields or armor, or would the chain guns be more effective against which ones? Sort of.
So they typically work basically the same as infantry combat.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So the chain guns would be thermal, or
No,
bullets?
chain
Kinetic?
guns will be kinetic
Kinetic?
because they're firing bullets, so
Gotcha.
they'll be good against shields but poor against armor.
Gotcha.
Yes. The missiles that you guys have are explosive, so they'll deal thermal, and I think that's it, right? You just
Thermal would be
chain guns.
resistant against shields and normal against armor.
Yeah,
And then EMP
we
is
have
just
Disable the shield.
yeah,
yeah,
and any robots that might be close enough.
yes. Yeah.
Just
Sure would suck to misfire that bad boy.
Can I like scan the enemy ships somehow and see what kind of weapons they have?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give an operating check here.
That's a 19.
Which one would you like to... You can scan one of them first. Either the one that the guy went to and turned away, or the one that's...
Can you-
kind of
I'll do the one that's been locked on for longer.
can you do
Okay.
a perk to do both at once?
I have that, yeah.
To
Okay.
do 2 operating ones.
Then yeah, you can go ahead and roll another one for the other.
One.
Stacking them high. Okay, I like it.
Jesus.
Alright, so yeah, you scan them and you can see that they do have something to keep you from like just seeing their entire ship basically,
I see.
which is to be expected. So they do have the basic sort of counter scanning thing that you would expect. But you can tell that they also have chain guns, like you. Seems like they also have 2. They've got 2 missile batteries on there. They don't have the EMP weapon that you have. However, they do have 2 of another sort of weapon, which you're not entirely sure what they are. Actually, you could give me an engineering check to see if you're familiar with this.
Sure. 24.
Okay. So these are not so much weapons. They're sort of like tractor beams in a sense, except that they essentially cast kind of a net. They're meant for tackling, which means that they're meant to prevent jumps to FTL travel.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can see that you have shields up. The ship itself seems to be in decent condition just by looking at it. You don't see like that it's been ravaged by a recent fight or anything. It seems to be repaired. Yeah. So there's that. And then the other ship seems less armed. Does not have the tackling weapons, but has 2 chain guns, 1 missile battery.
Do you tell us this?
I definitely relay this information.
Okay.
We should try to EMP the one with the tackling guns before we jump.
We'll
How
have
many-
to shoot it first.
Yeah.
How many EMP shots do we have?
How many EMP shots do we have?
Yeah. You guys have plenty for now.
Okay.
All right.
So typically it's like takes 1 shot and then has to reload. So it's not like a machine gun sort of EMP thing. It just kind of launches the canister out. But yeah, looks like you've got like over a dozen of these things.
Okay.
So
How much longer until we can jump?
looks like less than 2 minutes to finish plotting the course.
We need to swing it around and start shooting at the.
Can we go faster than that?
So part of that has to do with your computer. You could roll another navigation check to sort of try and assist it, but
I will gladly do
I'm
that.
gonna encourage you for that.
Okay.
So add a d6.
Okay. Great.
You got this.
You got this.
15.
okay. So you're able to manually help out the nav computer a bit and take off like 30 seconds from the 2 minutes. So, yeah, you guys. Basically, the clock is ticking down. It looks like you have about 1:30 until the course is laid in.
I don't think they're gonna sit there and wait.
Start strapping in though. Is Porter secured?
No, not at all.
just strap him in. We need to jump soon.
I don't think it's a good idea to move him.
Well, it's a better idea than letting him stay and flail around. We don't have time.
Then get over here and help me move him.
I can man the guns. Go help him.
All right, I'll head over to help him with Porter.
Okay. All right.
Do,
I don't know if this is a good
we
idea
should
though.
spin the ship and start shooting. I don't think they're gonna give us a minute.
So right now, you guys are sort of facing away from them a bit.
I think we should just stall as much as we can.
I guess we'd have to turn to jump again, right? So
I
we
don't
can't.
think we need to darn.
Guys have a good.
Yeah. How does FTL jumping work? Do we have to be like aimed in the right direction to shoot off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
When you say somewhat, are we talking like 180 degrees?
So, we'll say over here is towards the center of the system, okay? Towards the base and the planet. Here's your vessel, which is pointing. That was not a good idea.
If we get destroyed, we like just burn it.
The crab is the ship, okay?
As it ever was.
Same as
Which
it
has Percy has rotated it around like that. These vessels here. This is the one that's been hovering here, staring at you for quite a while, and this is the one that kind of was docked with you and went
Not
around.
as fun.
You guys used to be facing this way, and he's pointed it around. You guys need to be aiming roughly towards this, so like something in like this line in
Okay.
order to fire it off.
Alright.
And this is the ship which has the tackling guns, right?
Yes, correct.
Our EMP launcher, can it face 360 degrees or?
Front mounted.
No,
It's
that one's
front
front mounted. The chain guns can hit anything in the front or on the sides, but not behind.
Can we shoot the EMP and have it delay, or is it just a shoot and it goes off?
Could probably shoot,
Yeah,
reload,
gunning check.
and shoot again.
That's a 19.
Okay. So you can see that it is configured just to shoot, and then it has some sort of automatic proximity sensor on it that is what triggers it, so it knows when it's close enough to the shield to detonate. However, you imagine if you went down and actually tampered with the ammunition canisters, meaning that you open the canister up and do something with the wiring and shove it back in there. Yeah, you could probably mess with it to be on a timer or on something that you could signal.
Okay. Stick with me here. This is going to get complicated. We could shoot a timed EMP grenade,
We don't have time to set it up.
move forward, and then if they shoot this thing at us to tackle us, the EMP could potentially disable whatever they're shooting at us, and we'd have more time to get away.
I don't think that's how those guns work.
Probably not, but I don't really have any other options.
We don't have time to.
Aren't you a farming robot?
Farming encompasses a very wide range of things, my boy.
He farms spaceships.
I ordered you online.
You gotta be paying attention to where you're buying things from. So.
This is not a 4.9, 375 positive review seller.
Guys, we're being hailed.
I turn on the comms.
Alright. So you turn it on, and so sitting in a captain's chair looking at you is an Aztecore that you have not seen before. You can see there's a couple scars on the right side of this Aztecore's face, and he seems to be wearing like kind of captain's garb, almost like Captain Porter. Not the same type of uniform, but just in that it's somewhat formal. And he's looking at you, and he sort of a half grin kind of comes across his face, and he says, "Say, where are you going so fast?"
I'm helping him secure Porter and then come back to my gunning seat as fast as possible.
Okay.
I'm still securing in the
Yeah,
back.
he's mostly talking to Anzo right now. It's, you were the one who kind of answered the comms first.
Ah. Is this like a video call or what is this?
Yeah. So he's looking at you. You're looking at him.
Hello, Captain. Captain
Zotero.
Captain Zotero. It's nice to meet you. My name's Anzo Floats in Balance. You may not have heard of me. Probably not.
have now.
Very good. Very good. What can we do for you?
Well, we're gonna need you to come over to the station and have a bit of a talk.
Well, see, we already had a bit of a talk.
Seems like you had a bit of a shootout. So I was thinking for more of a talk.
See, I've already sat down and explained myself to your compatriots. I had no problem with them. I don't see why there's reason for such hostilities that are currently happening.
I agree with you. I think we should have a bit of a parlay, shall we?
Well, we're talking right now. What would you like to know?
Well, I think we need to come to some sort of arrangement here. See, a few of my men have been killed now, which doesn't really concern me that much, but
Well, I
it's a
think
shame to just let you leave without striking some sort of a deal here.
well, you see, I think we're actually at been in the same situation because some of our men have been killed as well. So we're quite square there, actually.
I see. Well, we'll just call that even then.
Very good. Very good.
What brought you to this system in the first place?
We were actually just essentially passing through. We had just come back from a salvage mission on Fallen.
Right. I see. Fallen system has got a quarantine from it.
It does indeed.
Says
You
you
are-
came from there.
You are correct. Yeah.
How'd you do that?
We've got a bit of a cracked computer whiz was on board, but unfortunately we weren't really able to find much over there. I can send you some video logs if you'd like, but it's really not too much. Not too much valuable.
I see. And I hear you've got someone on board. Name's Mr. Hart. Don't suppose he's around still, or did he get nicked?
Well, he's a bit unconscious at the moment. He's having a bad time.
Percy's just like. Well, I just feel so terrible about what's happened here. I know that big man in charge is not going to be too happy with all this, so need you to stop in by King's Station and we'll set this right. We'll set you on your way.
Well, I've got a. Sorry.
Have we secured him in by now?
By now, yes.
I'm
How-
gonna head back to my seat.
How long has it been? How long have we been talking?
Yeah, you probably only have about 30 seconds left of stalling with this.
Okay. Well, we've got a bit of urgent business to attend to elsewhere first, but I can take your name and number. We can definitely come right on back, and we can sit down and discuss any terms you'd like.
See, I don't think that's going to work for me and my crew here.
Well, how about we leave you with a bit of collateral? That way, we'll have something to come back for.
Did you have in mind?
Well, we've got this strange box of stuff on board that will fetch a pretty penny down on Sarthoon. This was essentially going to be all of our profits from this run. We could leave them with you, and you take a cut, of course, and then come back and collect the rest.
Really? What was it?
Do I know?
No.
What? Do you know what?
The
like,
box at
like
border.
what's in the box?
No, you guys have not opened that box.
What's in the box?
You're talking about the single box that's in
Yeah.
the car?
That is
Mhm.
correct.
Yeah. No, you guys haven't opened that.
Well, as just the comms operator, I'm not actually privy to that information, and our current salvage operator is a bit indisposed at the moment, but I have been assured that it is quite valuable.
Well, that's nice that you feel assured, but my crew has scanned your ship and have not seen any such precious cargo. So
Yes, they must have missed the box then. It's got some electronic hardening done to it. Very, very secure.
Percy gives you the signal and sends out a text message saying the navigation computer is complete.
Anything that we say will be heard by the other person, right? Like, is there a way to say something that isn't heard by them?
Just text it.
Other than that?
I mean, you can mute it. He'll know that you've muted it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't want to do that.
So I text to the group chat, whatever. Can shoot the EMP on the signal. We need to turn towards them though first.
Don't think we need to shoot the EMP. Let's just go.
Start moving towards King Station and then blast off.
I don't think we need to move towards King Station. I think we should just go.
Okay, cool. Thumbs up. Like.
Yeah, I send the finger guns to Percy.
Okay. And Percy grabs it and slides it forward to punch it into shift space. Yes.
I'm gonna start the missile defense system. I'm just gonna keep that on like ready or standby in case something is shot towards us. I can quickly launch that and stop it from coming towards us.
Gotcha. So he launches it forward, and you guys hear the engines rev up, and then you see, looking at the tactical console, that the tackling ship has used their basically like disruption sort of emitters, and they're interfering with the shift generator. So basically the space around your ship is not stable enough for your ship to jump to speed.
Is there like some sort of computery thing that we can do to just like manually override whatever? You're like, no, I don't care what your sensors think. It's fine. Just do the thing.
Nothing could possibly go wrong with that.
Sort of, yes. You can do a little bit of that, but it is actually interfering with the shift drive itself a bit. So you could bypass the safety measures that prevent you from going. However, there's a very good reason that those safety measures are in place.
Might need to EMP.
Is it safe to assume they know we tried to go into ship
yes,
space?
it is incredibly safe.
Okay.
Say, where are you going in such a hurry?
Well, like I said, we have important business elsewhere.
Yes, but my duties here supersede that, you see.
What if we come to some sort of financial arrangement?
Well, I don't recall you having any sort of finances, but if you do, perhaps, but...
See, here's the thing, is that we actually do have quite a significant amount of financial backing.
Is that so?
You remember the aforementioned Mr. Hart, yes?
Sure.
Do you know of his family, by chance?
Yes.
Then you're aware of their financial situation.
Precisely.
Yes. You would be then aware that they require him home safe and secure, which is where we are going. And of course, if we were allowed to do that, there would be significant compensation for those who have helped us.
Consul Stephenson would like to speak to Mr. Hart and sort out these terms on his own.
Well, as I said, he is rather indisposed at the moment.
And
I'm gonna text out, turn the ship to face them.
Okay, I'm assuming Percy gets that.
Okay. Also, the other 3 ships that have been flying towards you this whole time are now fairly close. They're within long weapons range.
Okay.
I feel like as soon as we engage, they're just gonna open fire on us, and that's a bad time.
Yeah, let's speak about it.
I'm not sure that you're in much of a negotiating position from where you're at. Why don't you come aboard the station and we can patch up your wounded and make some repairs to your vessel and talk this out
This is
before
how
we
it's-
send you on your way.
This is how it's playing out in my head. We shoot the EMP there so that they can't interfere with us.
Yeah, we're gonna need more than one EMP shot, though. That's the thing.
While they're EMP'd, couldn't we turn around and then launch?
Doesn't affect stuff while they're shielded.
Yeah, we
right?
have to take out their shields first. So it's gonna
So
take
we'd have
multiple.
to chain gun them to Kingdom Come. Hope
Or
the shields die.
2 EMPs.
But that takes multiple rounds of combat.
Here's how I see it playing out. We go to King Station and talk with this guy.
He's not gonna let us go that easily.
No, that's the thing.
I don't think he'll let us go that easily. However, when we're all in long weapons range, being tackled, and multiple ships able to shoot at us at once, the risk of us missing and not being able to actually make a jump, or them just being able to follow us in a jump as well.
We do have a defense system, so we could get rid of the first barrage, hopefully. But yeah, then every other barrage probably will hit us until we reload the missile system, the defense system.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I just think 5 military style ships versus our salvage based kind of ship is gonna be very rough.
How large are these other ships? Are they the same size as us, or larger than us, or?
The one that docked with you was slightly smaller. The one that's been aiming at you this whole time is a bit larger. The 3 that approached are about the same size as the one that's tackling you.
so big, slightly larger.
Yeah, most of them are slightly larger.
Yeah. Well, if we do agree to just go to the station, is there any chance that we can peel off and try to escape while we still have all the stuff logged into the nav computer?
Well, we wouldn't be facing the right direction to jump to Priya.
But could we just make a blind jump just a little ways away and then turn around from there in the middle of nowhere and jump to where we need to go?
Maybe. It's if we get too close to the planet or even the station, then we might not be able to jump because they'll have. You can't jump when you're close to gravity from a planet or anything.
Right.
And we don't have much of the fuel left. I'm not sure if we have enough to do 2 jumps.
And is it probably safe to assume that all these other ships have tackling equipment on them as well?
You can start scanning them if you want.
I mean, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a double operating.
It's a 9 and a 1. God,
Wow.
Jesus!
Alright, so you scan a couple of them. They seem similarly armed to the one that's tackling you.
Yeah.
You only really get a good scan on one, and that one didn't look like it had tackling stuff.
What other systems are close by from here other than Priya? Like, that's something we can figure out because Sarthun and Priya popped up when we were trying to sense this from Fallen.
Right. Yeah. So what's the star map look like around here now?
Right. So, yeah. Give me a second. I gotta pull it up. Just a second.
Okay. Yeah. Because is there just something in the direction that we're currently
Yeah.
facing that we can just jump to? Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I mean we're still being tackled, so that's no good.
If you're moving, would it be harder to tackle us?
Presumably, they can only tackle in front of them.
I don't know. The biggest thing I'm concerned about is this metallic substance we sent in point drones.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point it's already gone.
Yeah.
think-
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. We'll
I
deal with
think
that
that's
later. That's long-term concern.
That's gonna be the big end boss that we have to come back to later.
Yeah, that scary little base on the asteroid. That's like now like the like the
The
Metroid,
eyeball.
like in Metroid Prime. It's like the planet where all the phazon comes from. It's like it's that.
Mm-hmm. We did our best.
We tried. We gave it a good go.
Probably could have just had it in the ship.
Bad idea. See, I'd rather not endanger us. We can endanger everybody else, but not
Yeah,
us.
that's fine.
But this also endangers us.
Later.
Yeah, yeah. Greedy algorithm. Right now we're fine.
But in like 1 month, when it's spread to every single system,
Don't worry about it.
We're gonna just live it up. It's
Hopefully
gonna be
we
a nice
find
month.
a way to counter it. but-
restart the universe. This one's broke.
Space colonies.
Restart the universe.
We don't need planets. Planets are overrated.
So your other system options that you have is so obviously there's still Priya and Fallen in range. The two new systems that you have available to you are Drag and Ponzi.
Okay. Do we know anything about these?
You can roll.
One of them's a real drag.
Yeah.
You can roll research.
I'd like to try to see if I know about them too.
17.
Research 12.
Gotcha. Okay. You know that both systems do not have any habitable planets or moons on them.
Cool.
So they're just
But we're out of fuel.
systems with stations and things.
Oh.
So there are stations.
So, Drag is sort of a kind of barely populated, low security system, and like you don't even have on your sort of cached version of what you have. You don't even have anything really located there under that. Other than that, it's low population and almost no security there. So you're not sure what's up with that. And then Ponzi, on the other hand, slightly more populated, has some research stations and some like light trading things. So
That sounds like a reasonable bet. Is that in the approximate direction that we are facing?
Or that we would be
Or
facing.
yeah, that we
if
would be facing if we were
if we
going to
were
the
to-
station? So,
yeah. Let's see. Roughly, yeah, it'd be kind of over where I'm sitting at. Yeah. So.
hey kid, you think you can do some maneuvering to just get us sort of out of the cone of fire, those disruptor tackles?
Been trying to subtly, but they keep positioning their ship so that we're within range of it.
Just for the record, did we mute or are we like texting this or are we just saying all this stuff?
I
I
can
think we're texting.
I can only assume that we are not actively telling them our plans.
Yeah.
So, are these tackling things? Are they screwing with our sublight engines or just our FTL drive?
Nope, FTL only.
Okay, so we have the capability to do some maneuvering.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we tell how long of a range the disruptor is?
Give me a gunning check.
7.
Gotcha. Hard to say, but medium to short range. Definitely not a long range weapon.
Do these ships look faster than us?
You guys look about the same, except for the one that docked with you guys looks much faster than you.
But it doesn't have tackling.
That is the one that tackles.
No, that's
No.
No.
Yeah, the one that docked does not have tackling. That's the smaller one than yours.
Can we divert any power from like weapons to shields
Yes, yeah.
to
so-
like increase the shield strength
Or
something?
the engine strength.
Or engine strength? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
absolutely something you can do.
Maybe we should
So just
do that.
say that we're gonna cooperate, start going back there, and then peel off and make a jump. Like, how long does it take to actually make the jump? Like, once it's all calculated and stuff, is it just like?
Yeah. Once it's all calculated and things, and you're revved up and facing the right direction, then yeah, you just go.
So we just need to start maneuvering and spamming like shift space, and the moment we get out of like that beam, we can.
Yeah.
Can we calculate? So do we have to be like stationary to calculate the exact position where we
No.
have to go? So we could be like,
Oh,
we're gonna go there.
So
Okay.
so we should probably like would I be able to queue up like divert power from weapons to engines and like rear shields, and then just like have that all sort of go at once, and then we punch it and punch out?
That's something that the crew would have to execute when they're ready to go with it.
I say right now we start calculating.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Get
yeah.
that going. See how long it would take. If we can even actually do that. But maybe it'll take a really long time to calculate.
Yeah.
If we get unlucky or something.
Yeah.
Start as soon as possible.
Yeah. So I'll start punching in the coordinates for that second place that we were talking about.
Ponzi?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a check for that.
Because of the one! Holy Jesus!
Jeez, man. It's not good, man. You know you want to roll high, right?
Yeah. Can I use my second roll to? No. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you start locking that in, but basically you're starting all over again. So yeah, it's queuing up the calculations. Looks like it'll take about 5 minutes to.
How far away is King Station?
Depends how fast you go.
We're gonna go real slow.
Then yeah, you could be arriving there at the 5-minute mark.
Tell them we need to conserve fuel because we're very low, so we have to go slow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So are we agreed on this course of action?
I'm still attending the wounded.
Okay.
I think the wounded are tended to by now. Hopefully, no, they're still there.
10 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, like we'll say that we're gonna cooperate. We'll go back to the station, and then like at the last second, we'll like divert all power to engines and shields, peel out and jump.
Yeah, shoot like through it or whatever, and
Yeah.
go as far as we need to, and then maneuver around and then shift space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just waiting for the tractor beams to get activated once we get close.
Can
Okay.
we see the trapping guns that are aimed towards us? Like,
For theatric effect, yes, of course.
like
Are-
would it
are-
be possible for me to aim like our tractor beam at their gun and make it turn away from us?
Yeah. Are they fixed or are they like? What's the
Um,
deal? Like are their projection
Hmm.
track like are those fixed on their
Gotcha.
ship?
They seem to be gimbaled on the front of their ship.
Okay.
So, yeah. You are not able to aim enemy weapons with tractor beams.
Good trade.
Worth a shot.
But with the
Not bad.
force.
It's like bending the barrel of the gun back around. So,
All right. So I guess I'll let him know.
Yeah, just stall as much as possible.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Captain. So upon consideration, yeah, we will accompany you back to the station.
excellent. I'm glad that you saw it my way eventually.
Yeah, you're a rather convincing fellow.
Is there anything that we could intentionally disable that wouldn't affect navigation or drives, engine drives, or anything like that? That we could say our ship is malfunctioning because of your disruptor thing.
Life support
We
systems.
don't know what just happened. We're gonna have to fix this.
Yeah. So you could roll an engineering or a ingenuity check.
Should I go with 0 or 0? That's 11.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, there's a few things that you could do, like, to sabotage your own ship, I suppose. Like, one that comes to mind would be sabotaging your sublight engines, because
I was gonna say we should
that
just like
does
turn
not
one of them
affect
off.
your FTL anything. Yeah. Other than that, that's really about the only thing that would slow you guys down from getting there. That wouldn't interrupt the rest of it.
And would that be something that we could just flip on and off? Is the
You guys-
sublight engine like our
You guys
normal?
can just turn it off, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it one engine or two engines or what's on the ship?
You have two engines here,
Yeah,
sublight engines. If you do turn it off and they give you a thorough scan, they'll be able to tell that it is just off and hasn't
Calling tech support.
Yeah,
my
I
I mean, they'd
computer
have to
doesn't
scan
work.
us, and then we could just.
Oh, it was off. Thanks for letting us know.
Whoops!
We just whip up a quick Python script to just like turn it on and off at like random intervals. It looks like it's just like malfunctioning. It's click, 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 click.
Actually, can I do that?
I mean,
Programmers.
yeah, sure. Roll a computers check.
Okay. That's a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you imagine you could make something so it would go on and off at a random short interval.
Probably won't help at all with the scanning, but maybe it'll confuse them.
Any amount of time we
Yeah,
can get
I'll
is
I'll start working on that.
Okay, alright.
Feels like someone's just kind of standing at a console, just going like.
But first, before I do that, I have to do a bunch of calculations, and then I just kind of start flipping the switch.
Oh boy.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're done writing that already.
Okay,
So you're ready to
Robots.
put that in. Yeah. So yeah, so you can,
Okay,
turn that
I
on.
just boom.
Alright, so you turn it on. Alright, so your starboard engine starts cutting on and off over and over, and you guys can feel it on the ship as it's kind of like lurching forward and then, keeps going back and forth.
Looks like your disruption beam might have interfered with one of our engines, but we'll make it over there.
Why don't you go ahead, power down your shields, and turn off your engines. We wouldn't want your ship to be damaged with just one engine.
Oh no. It's fine. We've dealt with this before. We know it's fine. We just gotta go down there, shake a couple screws loose, fix some wires. It won't take us very long.
You see, and you can tell that he's now frozen his screen, so you can't hear or see him anymore. So he's doing something off screen.
That's time.
It's fine. Yep.
How long for the plotting the course?
Yeah. Can I give that a bit of
4
a?
minutes left. I think.
All right. Can I give that a bit of a hand or?
Yeah, you can try a little bit. Yeah. So.
You
ahead.
got this, Hanzo.
Noted. Let's say 14.
14? Okay. So, yeah, you're able to take about 45 seconds off of it, so got a little over 3 minutes left.
We're still good distance away from the old station there.
Yeah, you guys have slowed down quite a bit.
Very good.
I don't think he trusts us.
Oh,
We need to be
duh.
aware.
Is there like some commands I can queue up to like as soon as I tell it to like switch power from weapons to engines and shields?
That'll be operating checks that you have to do when it, when
How-
you want to do it. So.
How about if he comes back and says, like, you need to power down your ship or whatever, and we need to scan you? Then we power down, convert, and toss energy over to the thrusters and everything. Then we start going. Hopefully we can stall by the time that has happened, and then we can just book it.
Wouldn't we still need our shields and defense systems so that if they fire on us, we can have some?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I
well,
don't
we
wanna-
could, like, pretend to be putting our shields down, get ready, and then that might buy us a little more time, and then we can divert things.
I think if he comes back to us, we just say, "All right, we fixed it," and
Okay,
I don't know.
that's probably easier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Because I don't want to power down my shields. I feel like that's a bad idea.
That's fair.
And then you can see his face flickers back onto the screen. It's live again. And he says,
I took a screenshot of that. I'll send it over to you. It's kind of funny. Your face was all like, as you were talking and you froze your screen. We had a good
"Flux
chuckle
and
over here.
balance. Power down your shields, or we will help you power down your shields. This is my final offer."
Oh, hey, I just got a comment. We fixed our engines, so we should be fine from here on out.
You have 10 seconds to power down your shields and cut your engines, or we will assist you. And he cuts off his screen.
How long does it take to power shields back on when they're off?
Not very long. Just like, a few seconds.
If we power them off, he won't fire on us, and then we can power them back on when we need to.
Yeah, what about engines too? Like when we cut engines, how long does that take to rev back up? Sublights.
Yeah. So the way that the shield generators work is basically you've got, think of it like this. Think of like having a tank of plasma sort of, and then you have to excite it a lot within the shield generator a bit till it's warmed up, and then once it's warmed up, it's very quick to pump out through the emitters or pull back in. That's good. So then if it's off for a long period of time, then it cools down. It takes a little bit longer. But engines are sort of similar in that way. So
like a couple minutes shouldn't be a huge deal.
since they've been on already, and like they're already warmed up, so you guys don't have to do the like cold firing thing like before. Yeah, it shouldn't take very long. Like probably a round of combat basically to fire them up. Same for shields.
That's quick.
Also, if they're tractor beaming us, could we then power our shields back on if we're being tractor beamed, or would that prevent us from turning our shields back on?
Most tractor beams are blocked by shields, so if you turn your shields on,
It'll kill the tractor beam. Okay, great.
yeah.
So
do
let's
that, I
just do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn them off.
Okay, alright, so you cut the shields, and you cut the engines, and so you guys are just kind of now drifting forward a little bit.
Navigomputer is still doing its thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's still going away.
Good.
I'm glad that you decided to do this the easy way.
Well, like I said, you're a rather convincing fellow.
I don't like bloodshed, but I'm known for shedding blood.
That seems a little contradictory, don't you think? Maybe you should,
Indeed.
hire some PR, work on your image.
And two of the three ships that had came closer to you guys, I mean, they're within medium weapons range now, and you guys have been kind of going towards them a bit. They come up closer, and you can tell if they're locking on now.
With tractor name?
They're locking something on. You can go ahead and try an operating check to see if you can figure out what they're preparing.
Do they have
With
shields on?
feeling.
They do not have shields up.
They don't have shields
11.
up.
Correct.
They
Okay.
don't have shields
You
on?
give
Don't
them
have
a sort of a scan and a. Yeah, you're not sure what they're lining up, but
Did they have tractor beams?
these two ships do not have tractor beams on them.
Probably something else.
Are we within range for, and direction, I guess, for EMP grenades?
I guess I should.
Get more pizza slices.
What if we like turn our shields back on and say, "Oh, this is like fluctuating"?
Oh my god! Just port the program.
So you guys have been heading towards the station for a bit, and these shuttles have started coming closer. So these two are the ones that have kind of come up closer and started locking on to you. Is there something else I was going to do? Why did I get up and erase that on the map? I don't remember.
Are they within range of,
Oh, right. That. Yeah. What were you about to ask?
are they within range of firing the EMP grenades?
Yeah, they're within range and within the right arc, so you could hit either of them with.
We only have
EMP.
one of those, right? I mean, like, we have multiple shots, but we only have one.
Yeah, you've got plenty of ammo, but you've only got the one gun, so it can only shoot at one target.
What's the radius? Like, is it like a target? Like, do we need to choose a target, or is it like an explosion and it can take?
Yeah, this one will not. This one is not going to encompass multiple ships in one shot. It can only really encompass part of one ship in one shot.
Right. If we fire anything, they're just gonna all open up on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can't hit both of them, I don't think it's
I
gonna help.
think for now we comply and they keep moving.
Yeah. But if they do, well, I guess
Incoming
if-
projectiles, guys, says Percy. You guys
Alpha.
look at the two ships that we're locking on, and you see what looks like sort of a big metal spears being launched from each of them.
harpooning us.
And a moment later, your ship gets jolted as you can feel them piercing into the hull of your guys' ships. And there's sort of a secondary concussive impact as you can sort of see in the front. You can see one of them through the viewport, and you guys can switch cameras to get a better look. And sort of a primary spear thing stabbed into the hull, and then extra claws kind of swung out and clamped and melded their way onto the ship. So there's two of these with about probably 15-foot long metal poles sticking out of the ends of them.
Oh, so these aren't like hooked to their ship. They aren't like hooked, connected to us, are they? They are.
Yeah, are these
No.
attached back to the other ships with like a wire or something?
They're-
Oh, okay. So it's just like something, and then like a rod popping out of where it connected.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I recognize this type of weapon?
It basically is a harpoon. They can have multiple purposes. Some of them are just to do damage. Some of them are for to prepare a ship to be breached. Some of them are to interfere with FTL travel. Some of them are for like salvage, to like pull a wreck along, sort of like basically a point that can be tractor beam to, even if the shields are up, because the pole will extend outside of the shields.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, there's a wide number of purposes for such a tool.
Great.
Most of it's some sort of control over the ship.
Where? Just snowballing ideas here.
Yeah.
Just throwing out all kinds of stuff. Where these things hit, is it connected necessarily to anything that is integral to the ship?
The hull?
Let's say if we decided to, I don't know, cut some of this off somehow.
Yeah. It's dug into your hull pretty well. Give me a repair check.
What are they shooting at us?
Spears.
16?
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, you could potentially get. It depends. It depends on a whole lot of things. It's definitely possible to go out there and sort of cut it off carefully without harming too much. However, that'd require you to go outside the ship and cut some stuff. From inside the ship, it's going to be practically impossible to sort of cut this thing loose.
Could we break the shaft by shooting like a chain gun at it?
Yeah,
or
I was gonna
something?
say, like, what's the arc on our chain guns in relation to these things?
Yeah. Yeah, you could potentially shoot at these things to try and shoot them off. Yeah.
Say the word.
As
Well-
soon as we need to have a course lock.
Yeah, we do.
Can't
yeah.
do anything
Yeah.
else.
Yep.
I think we should just go down to the station.
And then what?
Well, it's better than getting blasted apart after spending a year in Fallen.
I have a strange feeling they're not going to be very generous to any of us. They were planning to sell all of us to slavers.
It's better to go down fighting than to not have a choice then.
I mean, fighting 5 ships to 1 isn't odds I'd want to take at all.
That's why we're not fighting them. We're running away.
Just like Grandpappy said.
Look, if we go with them, we've forfeited any choice that we have. Then it might be 10 ships to nothing. Then we're in their hands.
Better than just in the cold maw of space.
How do you know?
Well, if they wanted to kill us or blow us up, they would have done it already.
There are worse things than that.
You seen what they make slaves do these days? I'm guessing
No.
no.
I haven't. I've seen what people with power and political power do, and how they can exceed that power. But I also know that those kind of people can be taken down. Lady Lathalette was one of those people.
Sure. But we weren't slaves at the time.
Out on Fallen, we were as close to slaves as we could be.
And we got out, right? Because we fought for it. We can't let other people make decisions for us.
We got out because stuff was going down that allowed us to take advantage of the situation. Right now, all eyes are on us, not on all the fighting outside or Sis controlling an army of robots. I think we've made it pretty far for us to just throw it away, dying fruitlessly. Fighting against something that we're not able to really fight against.
Again, that's why we're not fighting, we're running.
I don't think we'll be able to run out against 5 ships like this.
Well, we gotta try.
Guys, we got a little bit of a problem here. You can see now out in front of you the like reddish orange ship there has come around and faced its aft side toward you, which has multiple tractor beams on it, and 2 moderately powered tractor beams have now attached onto the ends of the harpoons that are sticking out of the front of your ship, and now they're basically tugging you along like a tugboat since your engines are off. And Percy says they're aiming us straight towards the station, which is fine, but we need to be aiming I was planning to take sort of a route off to the side, a little bit loosey-goosey, so we could just kind of slither out to the side. But the way they're pulling us is straight towards the station. Now we're going to have to do quite a maneuver in order to get around and get a clear shot at this system, at Ponzi.
That's why we have you.
Well, true, but keep getting closer to the station, and the station has weapons on it of itself, and more and more ships around. It's starting to get more and more hairy all the time here.
How's our navigation looking?
How is our navigation looking?
You're 2 minutes away from the station, roughly, and you're about 2 minutes away from getting your nav figured out.
Is Sis doing anything besides, like, randomly moving around and bumping into walls?
That's pretty much what she's up
Okay.
to. Yeah. Yeah. You can talk to her if you want.
Yeah, any way we can quick
I'll send her a message of how you doing.
Poor.
Is there anything you can do to help us?
Help with what?
navigation.
Getting out of this situation?
This suit is insufficient.
What would you recommend we do?
Unsure if can acquire adequate suit can help escape.
So listen to Sis, but you won't listen to me?
Look, I'm going against
I built
the
you
man
from the
right
packaging.
now, all right?
Is there anything we can do to quicken up the navigation?
Is there anything I can do to quicken up the navigation?
Or Sis, or
You've already pretty much helped it as much as you can. Yeah, like with human input, you're able to kind of.
What about droid input?
That's why I did air quotes human input. Okay, with manual input. Okay, you can kind of like help zone it in a bit and kind of get some of the crude things done, but it's in the second half of its procedure now, and so it's basically just fine-tuning these things. Yeah.
Alright, I know when to throw in the towel. I'm gonna go with Darva on this one. I think our goose is cooked.
Yeah, if we're that close to the station, they've got their own weapons. They're all probably working together. I don't know if we'll be able to get out of that one.
Doesn't mean that we can't take opportunities that come up. I'm just saying that there's a difference between running when you got a shot and running when you're getting blown up.
Sure. It'd just be hard to get off of that crap.
Oh, maybe we'll be able to just steal a different ship once we get on the station.
Percy kind of slumps back in the chair and flips a switch that cancels the nav calculations. Just says, hell with it. that, the ship finishes towing you towards King Station. King Station looks like basically there's two large sort of cuboid parts of it that are connected by some more like spindly parts in the middle. One of the sections looks like it has a lot of large industrial type ships going to it. The other one, which is where you're being towed to, has less industrial looking vehicles, more kind of random vehicles. Ones that look like light cargo, and as well as some more spade vessels that you guys see as you're kind of sort of trying to scan around and find out as much as you can. It pulls you up until you're close enough to the station where the station begins to bring your ship in with some tractor beams to help maneuver you in to one of the landing bays to dock. Yeah, is there anything you guys would like to do as the station is kind of bringing you in?
In total, about how much time has passed?
Basically, as you guys are docking now, would be 10 minutes. So, yeah.
Okay. So I've been treating Captain Porter over this time.
Yes, you have.
What's the old Cappy doing?
He's very much unconscious, but he looks like he may pull through. He's still in what I would call critical condition.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'll continue tending to him then.
Okay, very well.
Hey, Percy, you might want to pretend to be unconscious.
How am I supposed to do that?
One day, want some help?
I'd take a pistol and hit him over the head.
You know, that's actually pretty funny. Yeah, alright. We'll let that happen.
How am I supposed to do that?
Yeah, so you leave a big old welt on the top of his head as you just hit him and he rolls out of the pilot's chair onto the ground.
Got him. This is the
Nice.
second time that's happened. With the pistol too, right? Oh, it's the pistol of unconscious.
I actually might have more pistol whip downs than shooting people.
You'll get headshots soon enough.
Yeah, that's true.
This was a headshot too.
So, your ship gets pulled up again with the port side door, the same one that you guys got boarded through earlier. Gets pulled up to the station, and you can hear some magnetic docking clamps coming out and clamping onto the ship. And seems like you've docked with King Station. You can see out through some of the other windows there are still some of the other vessels kind of hovering, especially the one that was tackling you is still just sort of hugging your ship there. Yeah, and your screen crackles on, and it's this Zotero fellow again, and you can see he's sort of standing up and pulling a jacket on, and he says, "Glad you could finally dock with our station. I think you're going to like it a lot. Are any of your crew in rough shape? Should we send anyone to get them patched up?"
Well, as I said, Mr. Hart's been unconscious for a little while here, and we've got one of our officers who's down as well.
I see.
Do you have any equipment to repair droids?
Of course we do.
We could use some help in that department.
Right, but droids aren't exactly on a ticking clock here. Well, if nobody's in critical condition, then when you guys...
Well, that's not
Right.
technically true.
well, Do you need me to send some medics on or not?
As I said, one of our officers is in critical condition, so that would be most appreciated.
All right. Bring him out then. As fast as you can, I'll get a medical team over there to take care of him. And, well, see you on board.
I'm gonna head down to the Mech Bay and sift through Sal
Okay.
How's Slim doing?
and see if I can't find something that would be like a data,
Oh, like a memory core? or
yeah,
something?
memory core or something.
Come here. Come here. Man.
And unless Slim says or does something, I'm not gonna pay attention to it.
Yeah.
He's a lost cause.
Yeah. So you go down there. Slim is just sitting on that crate in the back corner. Doesn't really look at you or say anything. You go and sift through what's left of Sal. I mean, his lower body is somewhat intact, but his head and his chest, which were stepped on by the power armor, there's almost nothing salvageable from this.
Okay. Sal wouldn't happen to be made like a Ferrari where the engine's in the trunk.
He is not,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Well, worth a shot.
No salvage for Sal. No.
In that case,
Sal is so short.
I
for
just stand next to the door, I guess, and kind of hang out.
Okay, alright, yeah. So, you go.
Are you
check
glad
around.
someone got it?
I'm gonna walk over to Slim and sort of go slap him on the shoulder. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Not good.
Yeah, we're in the same boat. But so listen, all right. So I don't know if you heard much what's been going on, but we tried to run no dice. We're docked with some station, King Station. You been here before?
Yes.
You know anyone here? Any friends?
No friends.
No friends. All right. Acquaintances, contacts.
There were a couple that Mars and Porter would speak with, but I didn't pay any attention to them.
You have any old communiques kicking around that they have contact information on them?
Maybe in Porter's room or something.
All right.
Do you have any family left? Do you have anything worth living for?
Well, all right. Here's the deal. So, if these guys end up being amicable at all, I'll buy you a drink, and I'll buy you a drink for all your buddies.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see.
We'll get through this, bud. I'll give him a pat on the back again, and I'll head up to Porter's room.
Okay. So you're heading up there to do that. What's everybody else up to?
We're carefully carrying Captain Porter down to the docked door.
Okay.
On the way, I'll call out to Slim. We're taking Porter to get some medical attention. Hopefully, people here can help or wish to help. Do you think there's anything we can do for Sal as well?
Slim gets up and kind of walks over to Porter's body, which you guys are carrying, and he kind of grabs his tech tool and does something to it. Seems to be kind of sifting through his files or something.
Porter's files?
Yes. I already looked at Sal. Looks like he's pretty much gone.
can't droids, like, don't they usually have a backup or some way of coming back?
They can if they set it up.
Listen, this is. Sorry, Porter's kind of heavy. Can we keep moving?
I can carry him enough.
Not as gently as I'd like. We should go.
Sure. Well, let me know if you think of something.
He turns and walks off back to that crate in the corner. You pass them going up to Porter's quarters. You get to the door and it's open. You swipe it open, walk inside. You can see that half of the room is very neat and tidy. The bed is made. You can see in one of the other corners of the room there's a big pile of bottles of liquor and things that have been stacked up there. And then on the other side you can see that there's a small plant in the corner that, like an actual organic plant that he apparently seems to have been tending.
Okay, is there like a computer console?
Yeah. So you
Gonna
walk
hop
up
onto
to it.
there. Yep. Is it like, do I have to hack into it, or is it?
You're able to access it just fine.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I'd like to see all of his, whatever the equivalent of emails are.
To try and see his stuff, you are prompted for an ID.
I'm gonna actually yell at Slim. Hey Slim, can you come up here and help me out with the computer?
All the way through the ship.
You don't hear a response immediately.
I'll walk out to the dining area and yell out into the cargo bay. Hey Slim, need a bit of help with the computer console.
You get a text saying done.
Huh. Thumbs up.
You walk back. Sure enough, it's opened up.
Excellent. Yeah, so I'm gonna sift through his emails like some internet snoop.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and give me a computer check.
15.
Okay. So yeah, you're looking through, and you can see some logs that he's been keeping. You can see he's got a small sort of contact list here.
And just copy that to my tech tool.
Sure. Yeah. You snag all the contacts, and you can see he's got it sort of he's fairly well organized, and you can see that there's basically like a couple different timelines of things that he had organized. One was stuff for when he was a first mate. One was stuff for when he was captain.
Okay.
And you can see there's significantly less stuff in that's been happening since he's been captain. And you can see he's currently got no active contracts or anything that are open. And it seems like it's been that way for like 3, almost 4 weeks now, without any gigs. And you can see sort of when he was first made, there was many contracts, like back-to-back, overlapping ones, 2 or 3 contracts simultaneously. But they've been in a dry spell lately, it looks like.
I see. Do I have the originators of all the contracts that they were getting?
You have the contacts of the ones since he was captain, which wasn't very many.
Right.
The ones from before that, there are no contacts for those.
Is there anything specifying what would be in the box that we currently have in the cargo hold?
No, there's actually no record of that, which is odd because when you look at his other records of, He's only accepted probably 4 or 5 contracts in his time as captain. He's only been able to secure 4 or 5, and he has a very detailed log of cargo in and out of the ship. But you see him currently. His logs say the ship is empty.
All right. I'm gonna keyword search for Sarthoon in there. See if there's any like he was talking to anybody here or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a computers check for that.
7.
Nice. Okay. So
Control
you. So you sift through a bit. You see, looks like he's accepted 1 contract in Sarthoon. So yeah.
And so yeah, I'll just star whoever's associated with that.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you make a mark of that. They're located on King Station, and you have basically an apartment number for them.
Okay.
So you have that.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like they had sort of a small salvage job that they wanted done, which was completed successfully.
I see. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Guess. Would this still be the computer that Mars would have been using as well?
Yes.
Would I be able to like swap users and access his files?
Yes, you log out, you try to log in, prompts you for credentials.
Yeah, I'll just text Slim and be like, Mars? Question mark, finger guns?
And yeah, you see the screen thing light up.
Nice. I give him the okay hand.
Okay. Yeah. So you pull this up, and it's mostly a big clusterfuck of files and unorganized things, and
There's a lot of stuff on the desktop.
Just new folder 001, 002, 003.
there's multiple naming conventions going on.
Hate to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna direct a research for Sarthoon in these files as well.
Gotcha. Okay. So you give it a search. You don't find anything.
Why nothing? Okay. I'll grab the contact list from this guy as well.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you go through. You pull a bunch of contacts, like over 100.
Excellent. Okay. Cool. I guess are there any other like Mars associates that aren't on this ship, or was he a one ship operation?
How would you determine that?
I guess like
how
if
would you
he
attempt to determine that?
if he was sending out any like company-wide communiques, any announcements, anything like that, just look at the send list.
Yeah. He has no sort of DLs or anything like that.
I see.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like he's really ever even contacted his crew very often via the messaging system.
Okay. All right. Does he have? Does he
Something
have?
pops up on the screen from the corner, and it's rather eye-catching. It's image of a attractive woman, and it says, "Hi."
Hey, winky face.
And there's the response says, "Hey, how you doing?"
2 thumbs up. What's new with you?
That's cool. Me too. Are you by King Station?
Sure am, winky face.
What time?
What time is it right now?
Yeah, it's about 2,100.
All right. 2,300.
Thumbs up.
Where you gonna be?
And you see a basically an address gets sent to you from within the station.
Rad.
Okay.
That's cool. Me too.
I'll just send some heart emojis and CUL8R.
Okay, very good. You send that. Seems like it was received.
Great.
You look on the recently used emojis list. There's a lot of eggplants.
I'll just save a copy of the photo just to my tech tool.
Okay.
And
For later.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I was gonna ask about something that I thought would be important. For
Okay.
This is important.
Apparently, even in Apathetic Space, old timers are getting scammed on the internet.
Oh yeah, is there copies of any like employee contracts that are on the computer?
Gotcha. You go to start searching for that, and there's another pop-up in the corner. Different picture of a different woman. Hey, you.
Sup, winky face.
Not much. Bored.
Me too.
You should come by.
Oh yeah,
Are you by King Station?
you know it.
Well, then you should come by.
Meet me at. I send the other address. 2300? Question mark? Question mark? Smiley face.
They respond, meet me here, and they send you the same address.
So convenient. Great.
See you soon.
I do the kissy emoji like 3 times.
Okay. Excellent.
I continue my search for important files.
Throughout trying to search for this, probably 4 more of these conversations.
I ignore them from now on.
You look around, yeah, you don't see any sort of contracts for employees or anything.
Okay.
But you really know what address to go to.
I sure do. Okay. What else would have any sort of employee related
You think about that for a second. You
Yeah.
two were
I've
bringing
been
Captain
carrying this-
Porter
yeah.
outside.
Carrying a body in the meantime.
So you guys walk through your single door out onto King Station. King Station is a grubby sort of a station. It's pretty big, pretty impressive looking. Inside, very industrial, pretty dirty. You imagine they could definitely do to send some cleaning bots around in here. But you emerge, you're standing there. You see a couple people sort of walking around, but no one comes up to you or approaches you at all.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Where were we supposed to take Porter?
Well, they said that they were sending some medical staff down here. If there's a good spot to set him for now would be nice, so I can keep tending to him.
Look around, try to see the spot.
Yeah, there's piles of stuff around on the sides. You can even see it looks like someone's made a little bit of a lean-to kind of tent over like probably a couple 100 feet down.
Okay.
I mean, there's open space. You could lay on the ground. It's not particularly sanitary, perhaps, but
Wasn't really sanitary on the ship anyway.
true.
take a quick glance to see if there are some cameras looking at the different docking ports.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and give me an awareness check.
That is a 10.
Okay. Yeah, you take a look around. You see a camera. It's up behind what looks like a couple layers of bulletproof glass, as well as inside a wire cage up top. It's been spray painted over. You can't tell too much if it has a good view of you or not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Unfortunately, they have our IDs.
Where's Percy right now?
Unconscious in the cockpit, probably.
Mhm. Yep.
Maybe you stay here with Porter. I can grab him as well. Best to keep him under our eyes for as long as possible. I'm sure our captors would be looking to get a hold of him as soon as possible.
Sure. Yeah. I'll keep an eye on Porter here.
Sounds good. I'll go for to get Percy. Also, where's Calbot?
I've just been standing at the docking door.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually yell over to Slim. Hey Slim, what's in the box?
He just kind of looks up and looks at the box and says, Mars.
Oh.
Could you elaborate?
Mars is in the box.
Why?
Asking the robot. This doesn't compute.
And you see him just go, and the lock on it goes green, unlocks.
If I'm walking as well, this would interest me, and I would go up and see as well.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys walk over. You pop open this crate, and you see inside of this sort of square, very sturdy box is another square box, wooden though, which is a very unique material. You don't see a whole lot made out of wood, especially on a ship. And yeah, you pull it out. It's got somewhat simple, crude, but you can tell that whatever made it was going for sort of a eloquent design, but perhaps didn't have the most carpentry skills. But they attempted to make an ornate sort of a box with a hinged lid on top.
What species? Like, what do I see? Oh, is it open or closed?
It's closed.
Pop that top.
Nope, like that. You slide it, lift it open, and inside you see, and the box is about, this big. It's not terribly large. You pop it open, and looks like there's fine white powder inside.
I will sift through the powder to see if anything is inside of it.
Okay, so you sift through it. It's very fine powder. You pull your droid hand out, and it's covered in white dust.
Quick dust off.
You brush it off. You didn't feel anything inside.
Calbot, that's probably all that remains of Mars. Hey,
Like some of his dirt? I don't understand. What are you talking about?
hey, Slim. Am I correct in assuming that?
That is Mars.
What species was he? If you don't mind me asking.
Doesn't matter.
It does to an
Does
extent.
any of this matter?
He's having an existential crisis, guys.
Where were you bringing him? Or this?
I don't know. Captain Porter wanted to put him somewhere.
New
Hey.
mission.
Hey, Slim.
Protect.
It still matters. We're alive, and that allows us to fight or keep trying.
You will fight. They will have you fight. You will work. They will have you work. The rest, they'll probably work too.
And we'll work together to get out of this.
And he turns and shuffles off towards the entry, towards where Tarva is. Leaving the two of you standing there, Cowbot holding a open box of something.
Maybe close it if we don't need it and secure it as it was. I'll go get Percy.
Alright.
Thanks.
Close it. And I'll take it with me out.
Okay. Alright, very good. You go and head towards the front. You head up to the front, grab Percy and bring him down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm back on the computer. I wanna look at the books. Like, see what kind of money this guy was pulling in.
Hey.
Right. So, yeah, you're looking through. You can see that he did virtually zero bookkeeping. This Mars fellow. You can see the prices for some of the contracts that he was getting, which were good, but you see no semblance of a budget or payroll or contracts or anything like this. So you're unsure about that. You did see a little bit of this on Porter's
Right. Okay.
machine, and that was in the red.
Isn't there? But was there like employee payouts and salaries and things like that?
No, his was in the red almost to begin with.
Right. But so his employees weren't getting paid at all.
Possibly.
Oh, well that sucks. All right. Huh. So there's no like banking information or any sort of like. Okay. Actually, is there anything related to Porter's family on here at all? Like some photos or an
You see
address?
zero personal files from Porter on here.
Okay. How about for Mars?
You see many photos and videos. Hopefully not of his family.
Right. Okay. There no like family contact information or anything like that.
You do see that he has. So he's got about 100 contacts, right? There's many of them. They all are pretty much in there by nicknames and things, like not really proper names. One of them says the old man.
Okay.
Which could be like a reference to his father,
Yep.
or could be. He's got a lot of weird nicknames in there for people, so it's hard to say.
Okay. I'll keep that one in mind. Do I like? Is there like an area code or anything attached to any of these things? Like, do I know where these people would be?
You can see some of the systems on some of the contacts. Some of the contacts are just like apartment numbers with no system or any phone number or anything like that.
Sure.
And some of them are much more complete, like how to contact them with a message, how to call them directly, where they're at, stuff like that. Some of them have ship IDs. Yeah.
Does the old man have any of this information?
The old man just says the old man with a number that you would dial.
Alright.
So the way that making calls like that works in the system is like typically you need to be quite close, like same planet or close to it, like a moon to a planet.
Sure.
You can make calls with a bit of a time delay to anywhere in the system. You can't make calls from one system to another system at all.
Okay. I'm just gonna try the number. See
Okay.
if it works.
Cool. You ring it up. Says it can't connect.
Okay. So I know it's just out of the system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not this system unless they're in the system, but it's off.
Right. Okay. And there's no system information in there.
Correct.
No. Okay. I'm gonna text Slim. Hey. Do you know about Mars? You know where his old man is?
I know where Mars is. He's all over Cowbot's fingers.
I send the sad face emoji, and then say, just wanna give him some respect. Wanna see if we can take him back to his old man.
I don't know anymore.
You don't know any more about this, or just about anything?
Nothing matters.
No, this matters. This is your captain. Shit.
Locked.
Is Slim outside where I take Percy and Porter? He's there.
Yeah.
What's he doing right now?
Blocking me.
So he's waiting there, and marching up towards the entrance there is a squad of droids. You can see 4 of them, 2 on either side of a hovering, basically a gurney or like a medical bed that's been hovering along that they're kind of bringing with them. And they come trotting up, and they look straight at you and say, we've been sent to treat the wounded. Is this it?
Yes. Stand up, try to wipe some of the blood off my fingers.
Looks like we got another squishy. Let's get on. They go on either side and scoop out, and their hands kind of splay out, and you can see they've got sort of specialized hands. And they go up, lift him up onto this gurney. We'll tend him in the hospital. What's contact info for him? All right. Very well.
Before they go, am I outside?
Yes.
I will place the container on the gurney and say, I'm not sure what state he's in, but I think he needs help too.
It's okay. We can keep this cowbot.
Hey, open the box. Look back at you. This organic is beyond saving.
Alright.
And
And I'll just place it next to Porter on the ground.
Do you have
or
a map
on the ground, I
we
guess.
could use?
sorry, you say?
Do you have a map of the station?
No. And they go and trot back off the
The
way
White has
they
a sense
came.
of humor.
So they go marching off. And you guys are left oddly to yourselves right now.
I say we try to disappear right now while we can.
We'll leave Porter, and they have all of our IDs.
And we have no way of getting out.
Well, either that or stay here and get taken away for interrogation.
What did... So, I'm sorry, is Percy also outside here with us?
Yeah, he's slumped up in a corner or something.
So what did Percy do that caused him to get a bounty on his head?
He's just rich.
It's not technically a bounty. It's just it's a return home safely thing. His parents are paying me a lot of money just to get him back.
What, are they worried about his safety or something?
Yeah. Yeah, that old snowball,
I guess it's pretty dangerous out here. You don't know who's... Anything can happen, I guess.
It's true. It's almost like he could have been, had like an assassin droid sent after him or something. But that'd be weird.
It's oddly specific.
Yeah, well, it's a specific time.
Fair enough.
We need to be specific and figure out a way in which we can get out of this system.
I agree with that. However, I do have this giant list of contacts now that I sifted off of Mars and Porter's computer.
Did you figure out what Mars' species was? Just curious.
What was the species of all the women he was seeing?
It was a human.
Many were human. It's a wide assortment. There was some even you fancied. But it does appear that he was a human.
Yeah, he was a human. Just regular old, when you born type. So not you guys, but one of them born types.
Percy's the closest of that to us.
Yeah.
Well, how do we bargain ourselves out of this?
Well, that's a good question.
I don't know what we can really bargain.
We have this.
Yeah, we've got.
I pull up the coffin and some of the just kind of like spills out of it.
We've got the expensive white dust from Fallen that can counteract the black stuff there.
Oh my god. As much as I would like.
Speaking of that, what happened to the point drones?
Oh, they probably got sent off,
Yeah, that ship sailed.
Shouldn't we try and let anyone know about the potential danger?
Oh, we definitely should. But will they listen to us? That is the more important question.
Well, even if things don't go our way, I'd rather not doom the rest of the universe to what we had to experience in Fallen.
That is fair.
I agree. We should tell people who might be able to stop it, but as Anzo said, I don't think people really believe us at this point. They'd just say we'd say anything to get out of this.
People here are not the people we need to be talking about. On that other system, where it's some research stations, we need to get in charge or get in contact with some scientific folks.
But it's on this, in this system where everything is going to spread, if it hasn't already.
And probably outside it too.
Well, sure, but again, will people here even care?
And that's the opportunity we were looking for to
How
get
about
out.
awareness check?
Natural 20.
Alright. You see a small 3-foot-high creature running on all fours towards the group, kind of towards Kamira from behind him.
Do I recognize this creature?
You think you do?
Is this fucking Blueberry or whatever his name was? Gooseberries?
It looks a hell of a lot like you.
Holy Jesus.
Gooseberries?
The creature stops its tracks and looks up at you and cocks its head.
Is that you?
And then he keeps running towards you some more.
Do I see
Yeah,
it
do
right
we,
now
do
as
we,
well?
do we all see it?
Yeah, you guys all turn around and take a look.
I take out my pistol, just real
He
quick.
stops, says, "Please, don't hurt me. I
How?
came to get you. The warden wants to see you."
What? Wait. How? Back up. Hold up.
What?
How did you escape?
Takes 2 steps backwards. Escape? What?
The planet.
What planet?
The one that we came from.
Does anything that we're saying is making sense to him? Like, can I glean that from him?
Hanzo, are you
Insight
really
check.
speciest?
No, but it's, like, is
Natural 20.
He seems very confused.
this is not gooseberries?
Maybe not. Do
How
I
would-
recognize now
how
that
would
he is
gooseberries-
gooseberries or he isn't? Or
It looks a lot like gooseberries.
Probably the same species, but
All gnomes
Any
look the same,
distinguishing-
man.
any extinguishing features?
Roll an awareness check.
12.
Looks very similar.
What was the name of the shopkeeper guy?
Chalky.
Chalky.
If I say chalky, does that mean anything to you?
Is that a food?
Ah, this isn't gooseberries.
Probably not.
You look so similar to gooseberries.
What's your name?
My name?
Yes.
No one asks me that often.
Well, I did.
My name is Plinko.
Plinko.
Plinko. Not gooseberries.
Nice to meet you. Who's calling us?
The warden.
What's his name?
The warden.
Consul
Well,
Stephenson.
we-
Probably.
We going? Lead the way, Plinko.
Oh, I'm not leading you there. I have other things to go do, but here's this. And he
I'll take whatever he's offering.
holds it out. Yeah, looks like a little metal, like a thin sort of metal card, like maybe an access card, something. That will get you your room. You can stay there, and it also has the warden's contact information on there. You should go and see the warden soon.
Where is he? How will we find him?
Yeah, you have a map.
Just use that. That will help you get there. It will use AR instructions.
Do you have a map?
I can. No, I don't have a map. I just know the routes in my head.
All right. What kind of services you got here on this station?
They have all kinds of service. So many good services here. They can fix things and find things, and you can hire people to do things that you can't do. And
Any transport services?
sure, yeah, you can hire anyone.
If we want to get a ride to a different system, how difficult is that?
Normally, it's very easy.
Normally. What do you mean by that?
Well, the console has everything in a bit of a lockdown because we're so near to the
Another
Eros.
lockdown.
The Eros has set up a sort of quarantine blockade close to here, and he's very paranoid that the Eros will come and pay him a visit, and he doesn't want anyone going in or out without him knowing.
Oh,
Wait, where's Sis?
She followed you guys out.
Bumping into stuff on the stuff.
I guess we'll have to pay him a visit.
I guess so. Where are these rooms of ours located?
Just press button. It will show you. It will lead you there. Novotel. Fancy rooms. Very nice. Nicer than my room.
Do we have to
Of
pay
course
for
it
it?
is.
No. Warden likes you. Warden is being too nice to you. He likes you for some reason. Normally he does not do this.
I like friends in high places, and I'll scoop up.
Plinko?
No, what's Percy?
Percy.
Percy. I kept wanting to say Vince. Percy, and
Right.
fling him over my shoulder and tuck the wooden box under my other arm and start heading over.
I'll pick up Mars.
Okay.
So is Slim out here, or is he inside
Yeah.
there? Okay.
I'll pick up Slim.
I'd probably try and do something that would lock the ship, or at least
Yeah.
close it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. You can
So
you
it's-
can put a
yeah.
basic lock on it. Depends on how complex you want to do.
Yeah, I would do basic, medium if I'm able to do something like that.
It's a good idea, Thorm.
Okay.
We all have our weapons, right?
Yeah, you guys,
Okay.
unless you guys have put them down, you guys
No.
still have your weapons.
I would also have
I have
liked
a
to
lot
pick
of
up
grenades.
the gravity hammer that might have been lying around over there in the fighting, if possible. The lizard folk.
Yeah, you can have that if you have a
Masterforce.
slot for it.
Yeah.
And as you go to lock up the ship, Plinko turns and he says, "No, don't lock up. No, lock the ship. Well, we need to fix it for you. Can't get in if it's locked. Well, can get in, but more difficult. Takes more time.
What's broken about it? Tell us in your infinite wisdom.
Well, you said your engines had troubles and
Oh, we fixed
We
that.
fixed that,
the door was damaged.
That was your fault.
and we can fix that.
We will fix it.
It's alright. Don't need to worry about it.
Warden has to fix it.
Well, maybe we can
Okay.
fix it together. We're letting them on the ship.
If we're getting a room and have to see the warden anyway,
I
I
will.
don't think there's any lock I can put in that'll make it,
Oh, fair
unless we have someone guard the ship and keep anyone off of it.
I'll take one of my pistols out, standing behind Plinko, and make like a. put it back in.
Like Plinko's looking confused as I'm like, sounds great, Plinko. Cowbot, let's go.
Alright.
Make sure to see the warden. Don't make him wait too long, but if you need to recover it tonight, that's okay too. We'll fix your ship in the meantime. Okay, bye. And he goes running off in the opposite direction from which he came.
Okay. Push the button.
I'll push the button. Do we want to go right there? Or should we check out our rooms first?
I think we.
I
made
don't
it
know where the
first.
rooms would be.
Oh, maybe we can find them.
Find
So
them maybe by
that
pushing
is
the button.
basically a key card to get into your room. If you press the button on it, it'll just basically have a little hologram of an arrow that will point you and lead you to your room. The other information that was on the card was basically like a way to call and also the like address in the station of the warden.
Okay. Yeah, so just go to our room, I guess?
Let me see what it's all about.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's check out our room. I'll press the button, get the little navy, whatever thing.
Press the button and whoop, up
Uh,
it pops.
as we walk there, I want to look for any sort of information terminals or any sort of map, so I can just get a map of this place.
Gotcha. Okay. As you're walking there, you see a little notification on your tech tool pop up,
Does everyone see that or?
Nope. and it says, "So what happened?
Who's this from?
Unknown."
Who is this?
So you are alive.
Identify yourself.
Too risky
For you or for me?
for me. Fuck you.
Do I know you?
Where'd you go?
Had a job.
I'll come meet. Where do you want to meet? I want to know your story.
Alright. I'm gonna... I have that stupid address.
Please give it to them.
I'm gonna send that address.
Not much. You?
Very funny.
I don't actually know where that is. Lol. Is there like a central plaza thing that we've passed or anything?
So yeah, so basically right now you guys are on like the outer docking ring, so these
Alright.
areas are not so well inhabited because it's mostly just people at the ends of hallways walking to where their ships are and things.
All right, so let's just say like I'm gonna look up on the wall and see like whatever docking bay we're currently walking past. What is it like?
Yeah.
Docking bay like C41 or something.
Yep. Sure.
Exactly.
Docking bay C41, 2 hours.
All right.
Should I be worried?
Should I?
No. No. I'll see you then.
Don't fuck with me.
It's not my intent.
Right. That seems to be the end of the messages.
All right.
You guys keep following the arrow, and it leads you down corridors which get more and more populated the farther in you go. You guys are now passing what appear to be like residential, like apartment numbers and things. And then you get to a more open central area. You can see this is more of like a business district or a market district or something.
Great.
It's a bit of a nightlife, if you consider it a nightlife on a station that has no day or night cycle. But plenty of neon and all the good things that come with that. Yeah, there's some like broken billboards, spray painted over signs. This district here has definitely been like vandalized frequently. You see some clusters of guys wearing spade armor and icons like you saw before. They don't seem to be paying any attention to you. A couple of these clusters have guys in power armor walking with them. Not the one that you filled full of holes, but different ones. It looks like you guys are in a place where there's plenty of like food to eat, drinks to be had, and yeah.
Weapons to buy?
You don't see any weapons here,
Okay.
but you do see that your arrow is basically pointing you down sort of a central spiraling staircase in the center of this plaza.
All right. How long has it taken us to walk here?
10 minutes.
All right. Great.
Gotcha.
I'm just do an awareness check and see if there's anybody like tailing us or like looking at us or.
Go for it.
7.
I want to do an awareness check to see pickpockets and like protect myself from them if there are any there.
Okay.
Possible.
Go for it. Yeah, you take a look around.
Natural 20.
Yeah, there's several people around. Nobody seems to be staring at you or following you closely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just kind of keeping an eye on your pockets and things and looking out. You see someone else getting pickpocketed across the plaza. Yeah.
Who's getting pickpocketed?
Looks like I don't know, just some person standing there getting pickpocketed by a gabbit.
Does the person, like, what species? Does he look well off?
The species is a falcon.
Hey, watch it. Call out to the gabbit, pickpocket him.
He doesn't seem to hear you, but the gabbit that was picking his pocket does, and scampers off.
Does he notice, like, this happening? Like,
No, this guy doesn't notice. He's busy talking to a merchant.
I walk over to him.
Okay.
Hey,
Yes?
excuse me, is that yours? And I point to the purse or whatever he had that's on the floor that the gabbit dropped.
Oh, you didn't drop anything.
Oh, you said the gabbit, like,
He was
dropped
like
whatever.
reaching into the purse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There was someone trying to pick your pocket. It's ran away now. Better keep your eyes around.
Better keep your eyes to yourself.
Hey, I'm just trying to help.
He kind of checks his pockets a bit. Give it back.
I don't have what you're asking for.
What do you think I am? Is it some sort of scam? He looks around a bit.
Why would I be talking to you if I stole something from you? The gabbit over there,
Are you trying to help me?
that's what I do. Anyways, keep your eyes open. Start hitting
Don't
that.
talk to me again.
Have a good day, sir.
He goes back and he's checking more of his other pockets and things. You guys continue your way towards the spiral staircase. Basically, it's not a spiral. Basically, it's just 4 square staircases that are kind of slanting around. And you see that some of them go up, some of them go down. This seems to be like the main way to go up and down between floors. You guys go down 1 floor, and sure enough, this floor seems a little bit nicer. And then you go down another floor, and this floor seems nicer still. And here, the arrow directs you towards a large side of the plaza, which is all one solid building, and it is the Novotel, which is where it's pointing you towards the front entrance right now. Looks a little nicer here. There's an increased presence of the Spade security teams. But yeah, looks like a little bit nicer shops here. Still don't see any weapons shops here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any like any like tech shops or anything like that? Like
Yeah, looks like there are tech shops on the other side. And yeah, you even see an information console here,
oh, fantastic.
which you go up to, and it is absolutely broken and is of 0 use.
Totally beyond repair. Like nothing I can do.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
seem like it's been working for some time.
All right, fair enough. You guys go check out the room. I'm gonna go shop around a bit.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll need the card to get into the room.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, hand it over.
Okay, alright. So you take that. So the group of you are heading to the room.
If you find another jumper, it'd be good to grab that. I'd rather have one not covered in blood.
Right up. I'll keep an eye out.
Alright, cool. So you guys head towards the room.
Here's my size.
You walk up to some fancy for the station sliding doors that slide open as you approach, and then the one on the right kind of jams and is stuck like about halfway open, but the left one slides open gracefully. And you guys step inside, and there's a couple people sitting in the lobby here. Looks like some sort of chemical, like hookah stations going on either side. And at the front desk, there's a well-dressed droid standing at attention, ready to serve.
Does the card continue to lead us further into the hotel, or does it stop at the droid?
Yeah, so pull it up, take a look. Seems to be leading you right towards the front desk, but then as you get to the front desk, it directs you around into the side. So,
Okay. Go start at the front desk.
Is Slim still with us?
yeah,
Slim
he's tagging
insists. Here's he.
Yeah, so you guys walk up to the front, and the droid replies, "Hello, how may I help you?"
We have a card for a room. Do we need to do any checking in?
Only if you'd like to say hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Is there any maps or information that you can offer here as well?
I can provide a rough layout of the station.
That'd be great. Are you able to send that over?
Slides it over, and you've got a rough sort of, kind of visitor's sort of blueprint of the station.
Rough. Got it.
Please
Great.
send it out to everyone.
Thank you very much. start walking away.
Have a great day.
Send that out as we continue to the room,
Okay, cool.
including to you.
I send back a very happy face.
You
XD.
follow it around and get to the door. Door opens automatically when you have this key with you, and walk in. It's a nice big room. There are droid charging stations on one side. There are nice sun lamps on another side. They have
Fantastic.
accommodations for everybody. It's not the cleanest room that you've ever seen, but compared to the rest of the station, it's pretty good. And there are plenty of rooms. You can tell this is quite a large suite they've given. However, it has nothing but artificial views through basically artificial windows.
That should be expected. So very nice nature view looking out.
Yeah, and you're able to just like change it at will to whatever.
Is there a
Pretty
fridge?
There's no food in here.
No food.
Correct.
Cool.
So Anzo, you're outside at the shops.
Yeah. Gonna go into one of the like a tech shop.
So you walk in. There's a pair of droids behind the counter there, and they kind of look over and say, "Hello, can I help you for?"
Yeah, looking for just browsing around for some tech tool upgrades. I've got a basic model. I want something a little more advanced.
Let's see what you have.
Hold up my tech tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could definitely use an upgrade.
yeah, no kidding.
What do you do?
I'm in the people finding business.
Right. So what do you do?
I track things. I find things.
Track things. What do you need your tech tool to help you with the most?
Local sensor suite would be very helpful. Operational control of small machinery, that sort of thing.
Interesting. Well, we've got a couple different models, but we haven't seen you around here before.
No, I'm new to the area.
New guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, these models are, pretty expensive. We make some good stuff here.
Right.
You even have the kinds of credits to pay for something like this?
Not at the moment, but I'm looking for things to save up for. Looking for options. Seeing what's out there.
Come back with credits and we'll talk.
Is there a sort of line of credit I can set up? Some sort of jobs I can be doing?
You want jobs? Go look at the job board. The warden puts some out. Those are the best ones. Otherwise, there's some odds and ends around, but we're not hiring.
Well, that's fine. But can you at least give me a ballpark estimate of what kind of funds I should be looking at?
Depends what kind of funds you're looking to spend here.
Well,
You got a lot of credits, man. I can make you a nice tool. But
I see.
you only got a
So,
few, then I'm not gonna waste a whole lot of time.
bit of a blue ocean strategy you got here.
Sure. A what?
I need stuff and you make the stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
a lot of that.
All right. So what kind of sensor suite options are we talking here? What can you do?
We can do thermal. We can do motion. We can track squishies or metal heads or both.
All right. But you have any like small drone equipment kicking around?
Drones?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we can whip up a drone.
All right. Surveillance, that sort of thing.
Recon.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah. I like your style. What's your name, friend?
My name's Buzz.
Buzz. Good to meet you, Anzo.
Shakes her hand.
I'll be back.
Alright. Well, make sure you don't forget your credits.
I won't. Thanks for the info.
Gives you a nod.
All right. Oh, I guess like while I was there, you didn't have any like fancy like scopes or any sort of like weapon attachments or anything like that.
They don't have any weapon things.
No. Okay. And there's no shops around here that have weapon things.
Not on this floor.
Not on this floor. Okay.
Yeah.
If I go up a floor.
So, with that, you head back to the room to go and take that out. You guys lay Percy down to recover from his injury, and you guys are pretty exhausted at this point from sleeping. So, yeah, I think we'll just kind of wrap up the session here before we get into too much shopping. We'll wait till
Yep.
yeah,
Sounds good.
till next session. So, yeah, so we'll end it here. You guys are in King Station and on your room, recovering, and pick it up 2 weeks. So,
Sounds
okay.
good.
Thanks for coming, guys.
All
All
right.
right. See you later.